So who did the most powerful person in the galaxy, Darth Sidious, actually fear? Especially after his rise to power, where he was able to not only take full control of the Senate, but create his own new and powerful empire, and even wipe out over half the Jedi, who at the time were the only thing in his way. But of course, as I have talked about in other videos, he feared people like Qui-Gon Jinn and Yoda, because they were really the only ones who would foresee his plans. But he was never afraid of their actual power, knowing that he could not outmatch them in both the Force and lightsaber combat. So that is what I'm going to be talking about today, the only people Sidious feared that could amount to his power level. And the first person on that list is Mother Talzin. She is the leader of the Night Sisters and Night Brothers of Dathomir, Force-sensitive coven of witches who have drawn power from both the light and dark side of the Force, turning it into a more magic-based energy, allowing them to physically shape the Force into whatever they need, and much more. The more recent appearance of a Night Sister was in Jedi Fallen Order, where we see Merrin, who uses the same magic as her sisters, giving her a bunch of abilities. But Mother Talzin was known to be very powerful for a reason, because not only did she raise people from the dead, but she was actually able to bring herself back from the dead ones, with the help of her son Darth Maul, which is exactly what Sidious wanted, a way to preserve his life, or better yet, not be able to die in the first place. So he searched to trade knowledge in the Force with her, and as always Sidious had a plan, to completely wipe out Mother Talzin and her Night Sisters, as he felt she was a danger to his mission, simply because of the amount of power she possessed. So he originally sent Asajj Ventress and Count Dooku to kill her and her coven, which went as planned, with only a few Night Sisters left to scatter across the galaxy. Sidious had what he wanted, making him feel even more eager for his plans to go forth, knowing that one threat was already out of the way. Now the only other person he would have feared, because of their pure strength, would have been his apprentice Darth Vader, seeing as he knew in the back of his mind from the start of this, Anakin was meant to be turned to the dark side and take Sidious' spot as the most powerful Sith to ever live, and continue to rule his new empire, even after his death. But that all changed for both of them when Anakin suffered his greatest loss, weakening him greatly, which Sidious had not foreseen. So with his doubts of his new apprentice being able to take the mantle up to the next step, he ended up changing his plans, making sure that he would be the only Sith to rule the Empire. But he could still feel that Vader had an urge to take over, just as he was destined to do, which put enough doubt in Sidious' mind to the point where he literally designed Vader's suit to keep him weak, and not even allowing him to try and upgrade it, as if he was to take off his suit, he would die in less than 2 seconds. And not to mention, he made his suit uncomfortable, not allowing for more free movement, and overall just feeding into Vader's anger more and more, to keep him as just a powerful tool. And it could be brought up that he may have slightly feared the return of someone like Yoda or Mace Windu, after beating and almost killing him in Revenge of the Sith, and there might even be a slight fear of Luke, seeing as he sensed that he would be able to become a very powerful emperor, if he was able to turn him to the dark side. But for that exact reason is kind of why I don't think that's the case, because although Sidious wanted to find the real key to immortality, he also wanted his empire to rise to an even higher playing field, which he felt that Luke could have been able to do with proper training. So he probably would have been ready for Luke to take over, seeing as Vader would never be able to. But tell me what you think, did Sidious really fear Luke, or did he just want him to become what Vader couldn't? Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing for more videos just like this one, and it's free and helps me out a ton.